Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Alexis Sophia Leather. Alright, in this video I want to show you how to set your rivets, and first we have to define what a rivet is. Okay, so this is a rivet. When I'm talking about rivet, this is the rivets I use. I know there's a million type of rivets, but it's a rivet with burr. Okay, and the one I'm using specifically is a flathead rivet with spur. I'm sorry, rivet with burr. They come in brass and they come in copper. All right, so these are the ones I use the most. Specifically, I use the number 9 rivets. Those are the bigger ones, and I like that because I want my products to hold together really well. I'm gonna show you where you can get them. You can get them a lot of places, but I get mine specifically at Weaver Leather. This is the actual box that I get. Okay. All right, let's talk about the tools that are needed. This is kind of important. I'm not even gonna act like I know how to do this without these tools. These are the tools that I use, okay? And I don't know, maybe somebody can correct me. These are the Douglas rivet setters. I know that to be true, but what I don't know is I heard that they went out of business or sold their business, sold their patent. So Douglas rivet setters, you can't buy them anymore. But I believe there's another company that kind of just remakes them. And I am pretty certain that you can get them on Buckle Guy. I'm not sure, let me know. But Buckle Guy sells these. So let's talk about these rivets specifically. There is 3 settings. You need to get all 3. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. All right, number 1 sets the burr. Number 2 rounds it off. Number 3 flattens it. Now, let's talk about the engineering of the rivet, because I think that's important. And it kind of makes sense. This rivet right here, if you notice on the tip, it's a little more narrow at the tip than it is at the base. Once you put this burr on, that's the farthest that burr is going to want to go. It's not going to want to go any further than that, okay? Now, the purpose of the number 1, right, is that's going to allow you to mash that washer or that burr and deform it over that post. Okay, that's what the number 1 does. It pushes that burr down the post, deforms it, and holds it. Then you nip it off and you round it off. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. So see how clean that is? I mean, there's a burr there because that's what the washer is. I'm gonna call it a washer, but there is nothing that's gonna be poking or stabbing you, and that's because of that number 2 part of the setters. And that gives you a nice, clean, professional look every time. Okay. So obviously you're gonna need nippers, and I will tell you that this is a 14-inch nipper that I got on Amazon. It's a cheap one, and you need this for the brass because the brass is stout. The copper, this is a traditional rivet. And it's really easy. It's really malleable, and you can nip it off pretty easy with a smaller nippers. And then, of course, you just need a mallet to hit everything. We're going to go through that right now. But it's pretty straightforward, and there's not much to it. All right, this goes without being said. You need an Anvil. This is a heritage one from Weaver. I like it. It's portable, and it does the job. I'm going to put the flat side in and the flat side in. Put my material. Let me orient this the way I want. That's how I want it. I'm going to try not to hit the camera. Put your washer over. See, right now it's not going over because that post is bigger than the diameter of that hole. We're going to take our number 1. Okay, the number 1. It's just an open slot right there. And when you do this, make sure that you kind of locate it and make sure that the head of that rivet is flat. You don't want it to be tilted a little bit like this. You don't want it to be tilted because it's gonna want to bend the post. So make sure, what I do is I push down, I apply some pressure down. So as I find it, it's flat on the anvil, and I am pushing down hard with my fingers. as I do this. You don't want to be loose because then it's going to slip and it's going to bend your post. So make sure you're holding down and you're going to give it a couple good whacks. I would say, you know, 2 good whacks. Done. Now we want to nip this off, and you want to leave an 1/8. Okay, now it's nipped off. Let me show you a different angle. See how much I left there? There's not much. It's a little bit. All right. Now we're going to take our number 2, the number 2, and this is going to dome it a little bit. Now what we're doing is that post is technically the same diameter as the hole because we forced it, that hole, to be that same diameter. Now what we're doing with this number 2, with this number 2 is we're going to deform that little nipple there, what we cut off, and we're going to deform it over the washer. So it creates a seal, and that's how you set a rivet. That's number 2. What I like to do on this third one, I'm sure this is not how you do it. I think you're supposed to flip it over, and with the number 3, you're supposed to hit it here to round this part, but I never do that. I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to be. What I do is I just hit this one time here. I think it resets it in there a little bit, makes it a little flat, and then I hit it again with the number 2, and she is done. All right, let me finish this radial strap, and I'll show you the end result. There you go. Thank you for watching.